Hey guys, it is Mike with the Come Tonight. Welcome back to another Ask a Music Snob. This is the show where you guys who follow me on Instagram respond to my story where I put a question sticker. You can ask me anything you'd like. I reply to some of them in my story, usually jokingly. Ones that I think are interesting enough will go into the show itself. Let's get started. What's your opinion on cell phones at concerts? Honestly, for the most part, I don't really care about them. I know a lot of people complain like, oh, you're not experiencing the show in real time, you're experiencing it on your phone. I mean, sometimes you want to capture a moment on video or a picture so that you can keep it for later, so it helps remind you of what it was like. Also, it's nice to show other people and be like, hey, look how cool this was. People who record an entire concert or an entire show on their cell phone without permission, not really a fan of that. Other than that, don't really care. Does the type of speakers you have affect how you listen to music? Absolutely. For those of you who are audio uninitiated, every single thing in your signal chain matters. It matters the type of speakers you have, the type of cables you're using, your digital to analog converter. If you're using a CD player, what type of CD player you're using, the quality of the CD that whatever music was burned to, the quality of the file that was burned to that CD. Literally every single aspect of the signal chain matters. Why does trying to date in your early 20s suck? Or is it just me? Trying to date in your early 20s sucks because most people nowadays in their early 20s suck. And you probably suck too. What do you think of how music is being distributed today and the effect on artists? I've already talked about this a number of times. I think it's great. I think the ability for people to freely share music is wonderful. The only reason why it is affecting artists the way it is because the business model was not created for digital music. There needs to be a model for digital music, preferably one that does not involve guns. Why do some bands make it as huge as Metallica while others stay unseen and unheard despite being talented? One, a lot of people's understanding and education in music is shit. Two, media over the last almost a century now has been promoting people with no talent but a whole lot of show. This in turn gives the perception that these people are actually the most talented when in fact they remotely are not. Three, a lot of times these things just come down to luck. Which artist would be most improved if they removed vocals? Bob Dylan. Any advice for upcoming songwriters? 1, write something that comes from the heart. 2, don't be afraid to grow. 3, don't be afraid to admit you're wrong. 4, never forget you are attempting to communicate a message to someone else, ideally a lot of other people. Do you like D&D and other tabletop RPGs? Yes. I have not played very much D&D, so I can't speak specifically to that one very well. But I played a couple other tabletop RPGs when I was younger with my older brother. They were a lot of fun. We dabbled with the Mech Warrior RPG. We dabbled with Legend of the Five Rings. I was too young in comparison to really do it appropriately with them at that time because they were significantly older. But it was still a lot of fun. I had a great time. Do you think technology has helped or hurt the music industry? It has 100% helped. Okay, 100% was a little drastic. It has also hurt in some ways, but that's only because of the economic portion of it. Even then, that's still outweighed by the economic benefits that have arisen from this proliferation of music and technology. If you really weigh the positives against the negatives, there are far more positives that have come out of this, and no one really talks about them because, like many other things in human life, we take it for granted. That's why when you see people enact policies on copyright, they take it for granted that things are always going to be this awesome, we're just going to fix it. They don't understand the unintended consequences of breaking the market. Without the proliferation and advancement of technology in the music industry as fast as it would be, I wouldn't be doing this right now. Samurai Guitarist most likely wouldn't have a channel. A lot of Stevie T, Jared Dines, Rob Scallon, you name them, probably wouldn't have a channel. Things have gotten way better. Things have gotten way cheaper. There is a lot more free music going around, which is great. And all of the people that I just mentioned all make a good living. Every one of them. A lot more people are able to make a better living in music than they used to. It's not tough because people are stealing your music. It's tough because you don't know how to make money. God forbid you have to put a little bit of ingenuity and hard work in. Would you call Metallica sellouts? Me? No. I understand the argument where people say they were sellouts or are sellouts. I get that from my perspective. If you look at the history of the band, things drastically changed once Cliff died. They were definitely, I would say, hurting, and I would say even a little misguided with the Injustice for All record, even though a lot of people love that record. But you could definitely tell something was off with them. And that's why in the following album, the Black Album, they brought in their producer, Bob Rock. Bob Rock had a profound impact on how they made music from then on out. That's why you saw Load and Reload. That's why you got Garage Incorporated. And to some degree, that's where you got Saint Anger, which actually that was Bob Rock playing bass on that album. Funny that. And then if you look after Saint Anger, they split with Bob Rock and then went to Rick Rubin. I don't know if he did this last album or not, but huge change between Saint Anger and that whole period and then Death Magnetic. Huge change. So no, I don't think that they sold out. I'm sure that selling out stadiums was a motivation for them to make music, but I don't think it directly influenced them to make more dumbed down stuff. I think that's naturally the direction they were headed because of Bob Rock. I mean, if you look at Bob Rock's history, he does more of the popular type of music anyway, so that would naturally happen. I don't say 100% one way or the other that it is the case. I'm just saying that's my opinion. What are your thoughts on what Adam Levine said about rock music and variety? Alright, I originally was thinking of making an entire video on this, but I'll just boil it down in this one because honestly, I don't think there's enough here to make a whole video. And not only that, but I'd rather give you guys a top 10 tomorrow. Quoting Rolling Stone, who is quoting him from Variety magazine, Adam Levine said, "Something unique to Maroon 5 is that we have always looked to hip-hop, R&B, all rhythmic forms of music from back when we were writing our first album to now. Rock music is nowhere, really. I don't know where it is. If it's around, no one invited me to the party. All of the innovation and the incredible things happening in music are in hip-hop. It's better than everything else. Hip-hop is weird and avant-garde and flawed and real, and that's why people love it." Oh, you fucking idiot. That is truly one of the most bubble elitist statements I've heard in a long fucking time from pop music industry elites. Holy shit. No, if it's around, no one invited you to the party. Motherfucker, did you look? Did you honestly take a look? Could it possibly be that all of the people you hang out with are in the same dumbass groupthink that you are? Hip-hop is weird and avant-garde. Which ones? Don't get me wrong, there's a whole lot of it out there that is weird and avant-garde. That ain't the shit that's topping the charts. That's not the shit that's on Billboard ever. And that is most certainly not why people love hip-hop. People love hip-hop because they can sing it and they can dance to it, because most of the stuff that's on the charts is so fucking dumbed down. Even the people talking about how wonderful Drake is, it's not high fucking art. Like that's all fucking top, not top, mwah. Fucking mumble like you got a tracheotomy, you 63-year-old white lady smoker. Like, if you've been on this channel for more than a fucking month, you have seen and heard me talk about many other bands that are rock bands or under the rock umbrella that are far more fucking avant-garde than anything that he fucking listens to. Guaranteed. Like, honestly, people call me pretentious. That's pretentious as fuck. The fact that you think you have an opinion that's accurate when you think that hip-hop is the cutting edge. Oh, especially the example they use down here is Girls Like You by Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B. Featuring Cardi fucking B. Innovation. Inno-fucking-vation. I can't. I really can't right now. Adam, I'm gonna be releasing a top 10 tomorrow. If you happen to watch this, you should probably look at this and take a look at the cutting edge of music. What should I do about my bus that plays pop music in the morning? That is it for Ask a Music Snob. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you want your questions answered on this show, follow me on Instagram. Keep an eye out for that story. If you like this video, if you like what I do on this channel, please support me on Patreon. Patreon is the only way I can keep YouTube my job. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram as always, and Facebook at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!